I made it. I survived. I'm 5 days post-surgery, very much alive. Very happy to be making my second YouTube video. So thanks very much for watching. And thanks for watching the first one if you did. So in this one, I'm just going to talk you through surgery day, basically. Let you know what it was like, let you know what to expect if you're preparing. I've got some clips from surgery day, and then also tell you a bit about what it's like to stay overnight and a few things I think you should take. And then I'll talk you through the medicine bag that I've come away with, because I could open a pharmacy. And yeah, just let you know how I'm doing now, 5 days post. And then I've been sent some questions on my Instagram, so I'll answer them at the end. But thanks so much for watching again. Here's some clips from surgery day. Right, 6 o'clock on surgery day. Now is when I could have a small breakfast, but I'm not hungry, so just had a good drink, so I'm hydrated. And I can have sips of water now before 11 o'clock, but other than that, no food, no drink, and time to go. Feel fine, to be honest. Bit tired. I'm gonna go back to sleep now, have a nap for a couple of hours, and then it'll be time to get ready, but I feel alright. I feel like there's more I can do to prepare, but there is nothing I can do. Just have to go and do it. I've been waiting for this for a little while now, so nothing else I can do to prepare. Just gotta go and do it. Simple as. Right, up, showered, ready. Got some cream on some spots, because obviously, feel alright. Like I said, yeah, I feel like I should be preparing or something, but just gonna have to just roll with it. Let the day flow and be whatever it's gonna be, and then fucking face it. Sorry for swearing. Yeah, that's it. Here goes. So it's about midday. Clock's at 4 o'clock or so. Apparently it's about an hour of work, but things might have to take a hamstring graft because it's been 2 weeks since the injury. But yeah, my tendon is apparently 3 centimetres retracted from where it was, and if it's retracted too much and kind of stayed there, then it's difficult to pull it back. But I might have to take a hamstring graft, which isn't ideal, but it just is what it is. Another part of it. But yeah, in hospital, feel right. Waiting for it. I don't think I can have visitors after, because visiting time is until 7. But I'm hungry, so I'll just be aggressive. Not with the staff, I mean just take on the operation aggressively. So yeah, I've put captions on the bottom of there because I know I was talking a bit quietly, but I was in a ward with like 3 other people, and there's a few people walking around and stuff. I didn't feel super comfortable taking a video of myself talking because it wasn't a huge room. They could definitely hear me, but hopefully you understood what I was saying. And basically, yeah, just got to hospital. A few people came and spoke to me. I didn't ever speak to my actual surgeon at any point before or after, which is a bit funny. But a doctor came over, explained sort of what they were going to do. Obviously, my operation was 2 weeks after my injury, which can sometimes cause a bit of a issue. Apparently, the tendon can, if it comes away from the bone, it can kind of retract, and if it retracts too far and for too long, it's difficult to kind of manipulate it back. So he talked me through the fact I might have to have a hamstring graft, which I wasn't super keen on because it just felt like a second injury to then have to recover from. But as you'll see, thankfully I didn't have to have my hamstring graft. And then, yeah, just basically sat around and waited for my time to go down. I was the last on the list, so I went from being expecting to go in there first thing and getting done quickly and then maybe coming home the same day to the day before I got a phone call saying I'd go in the afternoon, which then I knew I'd be staying overnight. But yeah, the day just sat chatting to the guy across from me, lovely lad, just had his ACL done the night before, and an older bloke had just had his knee partially repaired, which kind of helped seeing people the next day, and they've very much survived, very much alive, like in some pain but not like horrendous. So that kind of helped settle me a bit and know that it'd be fine, I'd be able to deal with it. And then yeah, my time came to go down, and they wheeled me down, and that's the bit that was like, right, game face on now, just got to deal with it. All the waiting around is like, God, you're kind of waiting. But when it actually comes to being wheeled down, it's like, right, okay, come on. But actually the whole thing was absolutely fine. like absolutely fine. It's of course nerve-wracking being wheeled down, and you're in a hospital anyway, which is a bit weird, and get plonked in this little room, and they're putting little needles in your arm ready to inject stuff, but it was fine. Oh yeah, before that actually, the anaesthesiologist came and spoke to me, and she gave me an option which I wasn't expecting to have. I had the option to get put to sleep in a general anaesthetic, or have an epidural, which is an injection in your back so you can't feel your lower half, and then have what she was calling gin and tonic. I was thinking, what, I just sit and get drunk? But it was a drug that apparently just sends you to cuckoo land called fentanyl. And I was like, I'm a bit nervous because I didn't expect to be given the decision. And she described it to me. She's like, she seemed like she wanted me to have the epidural and that drug. And I was like, oh, I'm not sure. She's like, you know Michael Jackson? That's the drug he had. I was like, what, when he died? You want me to have an injection in my back and then have the drug that killed Michael Jackson? I was like, no, I'll just get put to sleep, thanks. And but that threw me off a little bit because I wasn't expecting to have that decision to make. But anyway, it's fine. So yeah, I went down. Everyone was a little bit, it was the end of their day, you could tell. They were a little bit not up for a laugh and a joke. I wasn't trying to have a laugh and a joke, but like they were, come on, job done, let's as in get the job done, let's go. So yeah, put the tubes in. I saw a big white syringe go in and then something else, and I was kind of sat there, and I just remember being like, whoa, like, okay, I'm going now. And then I was gone. Like, they didn't tell me, right, you're going to sleep now or anything like that. It was like, whoa, that's weird. And I remember saying, whoa, that feels weird. And then I was gone. And then I just remember waking up. Simple as that. Woke up in the recovery room. So relieved. But I've got a couple of clips from soon after waking up, so I'll put them on now. And then I'll come back after. Is it?
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Surgery's done now.
How do you feel?
I feel relieved that it's done. I feel a little bit in slow motion, which is interesting.
Yep, fantastic.
Thank you very much.
You look glowing, in fact. Yeah.
I feel a bit sore. I feel very brave.
Great.
Very brave. That's it.
Okay, say bye.
Bye. All done. Bit sore, but not too bad. Pretty groggy, but the right side of it now. So, road to actual recovery begins. Happy days. Well, it's the morning after. Didn't sleep much, but it was a comfortable night. Pain's been fine. Got a lovely hour or so just after midnight. Still morphined up, I think. Just felt incredible. I was floating. Then woke up and probably got back to sleep about 4 o'clock till about 6:30. So maybe a bit earlier than that. So not loads of sleep, but pain's fine. I'm comfortable. I think that's all there is to report. Hopefully go home today. I haven't spoken to anyone about the surgery yet. I think I was the last one of the day, so everyone got off after. So hopefully I'll speak to someone today and see how it's gone and what's been done. But yeah, all good. So, update. Day 1 actual recovery, and it's me again. Actual me, not morphy me. But all good. Just been up and about with the physio on my crutches. It's a bit sore and it's a bit awkward, but it's not too bad. New fancy brace that locks, so I can't straighten my leg for 4 weeks. It was going to be 2 and then it's 4, so I'd quite like to talk to the surgeon and know why, know exactly what happened. But yeah, that's the update. I'm alive, I'm fine. Got some snazzy yellow socks on, so I don't slip. And yeah, long road to recovery begins now, last night, but now for the sake of this video. Okay, bye. So yeah, as you could see, I was a bit groggy. The feeling after is weird because I felt normal, but I could tell the way I was talking and being wasn't normal. But I felt really, really relieved it was done. My initial thought when I woke up, had no pain whatsoever. And I could hear two people talking right to my left. And I heard one say, like, antibiotics for whatever, and then no bending it for 4 weeks. And I was like out of it still, but I was like, did it go well? And he was like, yeah, it went well. And that was it. And I think that was my surgeon. And I think that was the only time I spoke to him. So hopefully it did go well. There was no sort of debrief. I've got an appointment in 2 weeks' time, well, a week and a half now, where hopefully I'll see my surgeon or someone that can tell me how well or not it went. But yeah, that was the only time I spoke to him. But yeah, I just felt a huge, huge feeling of relief. I was just so happy when it was done. No pain whatsoever when I woke up. If I couldn't feel anything, I was like, wow, this is great. I'm so happy. Then the pain slowly started to come. But it was never absolutely horrendous. It was just like, I had an operation on my left leg. I could feel that I'd had that, but it wasn't awful by any stretch. And then, yeah, my lovely girlfriend came to see me, which is really nice, because I wasn't sure if I'd get visitors, because it was late in the day and visiting time finished at 7, but she came and I was being a bit silly. But there's a bits of the conversation I can't remember. Like I said, I felt absolutely normal, but I obviously wasn't. And then, yeah, so then she went at the end of visiting time and I was just relaxing. But it was a weird relaxing because I'd sit and watch stuff, but I couldn't keep my eyes open. I wasn't falling asleep, but I was just like, my eyes were just tired, they'd stay shut. But yeah, but all in all, the actual operation itself, the going to sleep, the operation and the bit after was absolutely fine. Kind of a really good version of what you'd expect, without all the scary worries that you kind of worry yourself over before. And then, yeah, just relaxed. So this is where I'll jump in and say a few things I think you should take because they made a big difference for me. An extension lead. Have I got one? I can show you. No, I haven't. But just extension lead with 4 plugs. Take one of them because that means obviously you can just plug that into your socket that's not super close to the bed, and obviously if you're crocked like me, you can't get there. But if someone plugs that in for you and then you've got 4 plugs right next to you, very, very useful. Phone charger, laptop charger, whatever else you want to plug in. Take your laptop, obviously, take your phone or iPad, whatever you've got, something you can watch stuff on. And if you or anyone you know has got headphones that actually cover your ears as opposed to earphones, take them too. The chap next to me, he'd had both his knees done, and he was fine when he came out, but overnight he was in some pain, and he was yeah, in some pain, and there was a lot of noise going on. So the fact that I had those, and when I was trying to sleep, I wasn't even listening to anything, I just put them on to try and noise cancel a bit, and that helped a lot. So I recommend that. Then take some snacks and some nice fizzy drinks or whatever you like. I love my fizzy drinks. And I only had one, I think, the next day. But just knowing they're there, there's something comforting about it. It's kind of like, I can have that if I want, and that's good, as opposed to lying there thinking, oh, we should have this, we should have that. So they're the main ones, I think, yeah, to take. But don't worry too much about staying overnight. I kind of had the experience that I worried about and thought would be horrendous, i.e. the person next to me was really struggling, was being loud, was feeling really sick and had a few issues. And I kind of thought, oh my God, that would be the nightmare beforehand. But it wasn't, it was kind of fine. Obviously, if you've had some morphine, you're groggy from your anaesthetic anyway. If you can get in the mindset of just accepting it's just a night and it's just going to be what it's going to be, and you can relax and watch stuff or put your headphones on and just try and zone out a bit, it will kind of be fine. If you fight against it and you're like, oh my God, I wish I was at home, all this, it might be difficult. But I probably slept for an hour about midnight, which felt unbelievable. By the way, I was floating off whatever I had, big time. And then I woke up, yeah, about just after 1, and I don't think I slept again until about 2:30, and woke up about 5. So I didn't sleep much at all, but it was kind of fine. It's kind of just part of it, and you just get through it. And then you catch up on sleep when you're home over the next few days anyway, because you can't move very much. But yeah, don't worry too much about staying in hospital overnight. The nurses are great. I'll go to the toilet as well. Obviously you can't move, you can't get up in the night. And that's something I worried about. It's like, what am I going to do? But super simple process. They bring you a cardboard bottle. It's not glamorous, but they put your curtain around you. You eventually get to grips with the fact you need to pee in a cardboard bottle. Then you'd ring your nurse's bell, they come, put some gloves on, take it away, simple as. So no stress there either, because that was the thing I was a bit worried about. And obviously you've not eaten for the day previous, so you'll only be needing to eat, don't worry. Anything else? But yeah, on the whole, not too terrible. Not the thing that I kind of was concerned it might be. So no stress. Right, let's have a look at the medicines I got given. It's interesting because I've actually been given loads of stuff, but a lot of it I haven't needed at all, and then some I've really not taken much of. So basically, I got given some morphine. I got given like tummy settlers and like anti-sickness stuff. Oh, I'm not gonna get all the boxes out, but there's absolutely loads of boxes. Oh, this is update, by the way. This is my leg. Hello. But yeah, loads of boxes. But so I got given loads of stuff, and then I got given this big bad boy, which is laxatives, because apparently, because of all the medication, you won't be able to go to the toilet properly. And I was thinking, I don't like the sound of that. So it's morphine, paracetamol, ibuprofen, and then 2 things to protect your tummy from those things, and then the laxatives in case you need it. So I've tried my best to stay off as best I can, just so I don't need to use laxatives to go to the toilet. Rather just not take the medicine and then go to the toilet fine. Pain wise, it hasn't been horrendous. It's not comfortable, but it's not awful. So I had the operation on Tuesday, came home on the Wednesday, took pain medication on the Wednesday when I got home, and then Thursday, Friday, I didn't need to take any. Which, like I say, it wasn't being big and brave. It was just like I could deal with the pain. It was manageable, and also then it meant that I hopefully didn't have to take a load of laxatives and tummy settlers and all that stuff. So don't be too scared of the pain. The reality is, you get cut open, you have an operation. There's pain involved, and there's swelling and stuff, but it's not the absolute. It's certainly for me anyway. It's not been the absolute nightmare that it feels like it might be. I'm having paracetamol the last couple of days again because, as you'll find out, the biggest issue is the brace can be a bit painful on your leg. So that requires some paracetamol. But again, it's not too bad. First thing in the morning is tricky. During the night sometimes it's tricky, but it's not awful. So if you're sat really worried about what the pain's going to be like, don't worry too much. And it's a few tough days, and it's fine. We can all do a few tough days, man. You've done a few tough days already if you've got this injury. So you can handle it. Don't worry. And then the thing that I don't like, to be fair, is I've got these, which are injections, blood thinning injections, which you have to do into your own tummy every evening, which isn't pleasant. You get a bit used to it, and it's not awful because by this time, obviously, you've had lots of stuff stuck into you, and but it's not super pleasant. But for 2 weeks, again, can get through it. But that's just so I don't get blood clotting because my leg can't bend. So yeah, loads of medicine, but as I say, don't get too scared about it because it's not all necessary, and you can just take it and leave it as and when you want it. But yeah, that's the medicine. On the whole, just to round up before I answer a few questions, one of the main things I would say is when you're getting wheeled down to go to sleep, which is a bit scary, the feeling is similar to other times in your life when you've done things that you don't want to do. And not always terrible things. Things like really hard gym workouts. Things like, I used to get really nervous before football sometimes, and then it would get to the point where I was walking out the, I was going to say the tunnel then, the changing room. We haven't quite got a tunnel. But where it's like, all right, shit, I'm scared here, but it's go time, so let's go. Things like the plunge pool every day. Like, I'm not trying to make out that I'm some hero with a lifestyle where I do things all the time that I don't want to do, because I'm not just a normal bloke. But I do go to the gym, I do work hard in the gym, I do things that I'm scared of, and it's that same feeling. And you realise that like there's a lot of waiting around, and then all of a sudden it's go time, and it's like, right, let's go then. So that helped because it's still my brain doing the same thing, still my brain facing it, and I've had those processes in my life. So if you're not one of the people that's due this operation and you're just watching it out of curiosity, doing things that you don't want to do, like tough workouts and cold pool and stuff like that, stands you in good stead, really good stead, for when the inevitable happens and there are things in your life that crop up that you don't want to face, but you have to face. I didn't want to face this, but I had to face it, so I did. And I have, and I'm fine. So that's one main recommendation for everyone. Face some tough things and you just get stronger. It sounds super cliche, but I really believe it, and I really think that helped me so much with the operation, because I knew going into this I could deal with it. And I knew I'd get to the point where I was getting wheeled down and be like, right, this is an uncomfortable feeling here. I'm a bit scared of this. But I also knew that I'd be like, right, come on then, let's go. And I was. So, there you go, little guru, George. I don't know who I think I am. I had an operation, I think I'm some life coach. But do some difficult things and you'll be better off for it, okay? Okay, some questions. Right, first question was someone who's got health anxiety, was really worried about the idea of getting put to sleep. So what was it like? It's kind of like you just have to let go and trust the people that do it all day, every day, that they're going to do it and then you're going to wake up. Because you don't experience the time in between. You get put in a little room on a bed and they inject some stuff into you and you go and then you come back and you're in a recovery room and it's done. You're not aware of it. So I think the key to it is just trusting that they know what they're doing, and ask them their experience, ask them if you're in good hands. I asked them if I was in good hands and said, yeah. I didn't believe them, but I did believe them, but yeah, it's unnerving because it's not normal. It's not a normal thing to do, and it's fine to accept that this is scary, but it's fine to be scared and do things anyway. Oh my God, I'm on fire today. Do you know my favourite few words? And I don't, quotes sometimes knock me sick and stuff, but walk into the fear. And I love that because it's like, it's okay to be scared. You're supposed to be scared. You're literally supposed to be scared of stuff, but walk into it anyway sometimes. Not like actual stupid scary situations, but things that you have to do. If you're scared of them, just walk into it. Just be brave and walk into it. So yeah, strange experience, but not bad at all. Because the actual thing, you're just lying on the bed and then they put something in, it goes, whoa, and you're like, oh, okay, it's weird, I'm going. And then you're gone. And then you wake up. Simple as. I didn't expect to touch on pooing as much in this video, but the next question is, how are you pooing? I think that meant from a actual logistics point of view, but as you've heard in this video, I wasn't for a bit, but it's all good now. Vegan diet is incredible for that. But, sorry if that's too much information, but it's just what it is. But I've got a chair in my bathroom. Simple as, sit on the toilet, and obviously I have to keep my legs straight. So I plonk my leg up on the chair and it can stay straight. Everything is a sit down process. But yeah, I'm used. I've been in this position before, and obviously I had 2 weeks before the operation where I had to keep my legs straight. So I was prepped before the operation. But that's probably a good thing to say actually. If you're just injured and you're just about to have your operation straight away, just something in your bathroom that means you can have your foot up while you're on the toilet is a big one. Next one is, was I stressed before the surgery and how did I deal with it? Yes, stressed before the surgery, but I tried not to at any point wish that it hadn't happened. Because if I wished that it hadn't happened, I'm spending lots of energy on something that I have absolutely no control over. I literally couldn't change it back. So luckily I didn't spend any energy thinking, I wish this didn't happen. I just decided that this has got to happen and I'm going to face it head on. So that was it. I think I just tried my best to trust that I could deal with it and then deal with it. And I was right, I'm dealing with it. We are all capable of so much. And thankfully, almost all the time, we don't have to put ourselves through it. But when we have to put ourselves through stuff, we can put ourselves through stuff. So trust yourself that you can do difficult things, because you totally can. And yeah, and just be kind to yourself. Next one's a classic. What am I watching on Netflix? Obviously a lot, because I'm not very mobile, but just watching The Night Agent at the moment. And it's brilliant, you know, it's really good. And it doesn't take long to get into the storyline, and it's a jam-packed storyline, yeah. So The Night Agent, I recommend. Also watched a couple of old war films, and I watched a war film the night before my surgery, because like, if these blokes can go to war and do all this stuff, I can deal with a little knee surgery. So yeah, The Night Agent, recommend it. Then, how much do I love my girlfriend? Honestly, there just aren't words for it. And on a serious note, having someone that you can rely on, that is going to make it feel more okay than it is, but also you know they're going to be there, is really important. So if it's a family member or a friend, or lucky enough to have a partner like mine, talking to them first and saying, I know this is difficult for me, I know it's going to be difficult for you, but it would mean so much to me for you to be there or do this and do this. Don't be afraid to ask for stuff. But honestly, I'm such a lucky man. She's great, and I'm very lucky that in a situation like this where you do need to lean on people, I've got proper people that I can lean on in a great way. So yeah, very lucky man. Love her very much. And the last one, will I be ready for Strictly? I've got no idea when Strictly is. I probably can't dance any worse now than I can dance normally. I'm not a dancer, so I don't know. I won't be ready for Strictly. I won't be ready to do much for quite a while, I don't think, but every day things improve very quickly in this situation. So if you're waiting for your surgery, things improve quickly, man. Even when you feel like, oh my God, this is a long journey. It's going to be a long journey, but every day is an improvement, honestly. So yeah, but no Strictly for me. Right, I hope that was useful. Talk you through a bit about my surgery experience, and if you're waiting for surgery, hope it was useful. And if you've got any questions, honestly, fire away. I'll be happy to answer them anytime. Like I said on the last video, whether it's still 2023 when you're watching this or 2028 and you're waiting for it, like, just give me a message on Instagram or comment on it and I'll get back to you, no problem. But don't stress, you can do it. It is not the worst thing ever by any stretch. It's an experience as well. Try to get the experience from it. I was just talking to my girlfriend then, like, after this, I'm going to be able to walk down the street and be so happy that I can walk. And that's a great thing. You don't normally feel happy just because you walk down the street. So anyway, I'm waffling, but don't worry too much. There's some pain involved. There's some difficult moments, but of course there's going to be. But on the whole, it's nowhere near as bad as you're worrying it's going to be. Nowhere near. And you can deal with it. 100%. Okay, 100%. Lots of people have done it before. I've just done it, and I'm doing it, and you can definitely do it. So just head down and just face it, get through it. But you'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine. Okay, thanks very much for watching. This is my second YouTube video. Hope it was useful. I think it might be quite long, but watch as much or as little or whatever you want. Do whatever you want. It's your life. But like, comment and subscribe because it really helps the channel. And yeah, if you want to get in touch, Instagram or comment, and I'll get back to you. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back next time, and I'll try and do weekly updates from now to let you know what's going on.